Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
Why read the news when you can watch it? Introducing SKN Newsline, the Federation's only online TV news platform. SKN Newsline is an online TV news platform covering news in St. Kitts and Nevis. We provide a daily and accurate news on the big stories and stories of interest that other media outlets have ignored. You can watch SKN Newsline on our website, www.sknnewsline.com, or Facebook page at www.fb.com/SKN Newsline, and also subscribe to our SKN Newsline YouTube channel. SKN Newsline, your world, your news.
For the best in dental care, visit Dental Beginnings on Victoria Road, Bastair. We offer professional dental care in a variety of services: cleanings, extractions, fillings, oral examination, root canal treatment, crown and bridge, and sealants. We're open from Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call us at 465-1951 or 668-1955. Or email us at dentalbeginnings@gmail.com. A gentle dentist in a comfortable and friendly environment. Dental Beginnings. It all begins with a smile.
The strategy of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party is not effective and should be changed if it is to make some political impact locally. That's the view of political analyst and pollster Peter Wickham.
I've had some challenges with the opposition strategy from the very beginning because I've never gotten a sense that the opposition understood the outcome of the last election and understood that while they maintained popular support, the fact that they lost a majority of seats essentially meant that they had to take a different role. To me, they have prosecuted this issue almost as though they were in government. So we have had protest march after protest march. We've had a posture in Parliament that's been very, very non-cooperative and hostile. We have had various issues that have come to the fore. If we look at the same citizenship issue for Dr. Douglas, it is being defended as though you're looking at a person who is still Prime Minister, and ultimately he's defending his turf.
Mr. Wickham says the approach of the Labour Party to behave as it is still in power is highly unwise.
There's a triumphalism which is resonating with the opposition that, in my opinion, is misplaced. My feeling is that a strategy that accepts that part of the reason that they're in opposition is because they have made mistakes is a better posture. And it would make a whole lot more sense to engage developmentally going forward. I mean, this was a position that the PAM took for many years, and in my opinion was part of the reason that PAM had difficulty winning elections. You're now seeing a situation where an extremely popular party, which was the Labour Party, has moved from a situation of winning all the seats to being in opposition. And is still behaving as though it was the party in control of the government. And in my opinion, this is highly unwise. The Labour Party has effectively suggested almost from the beginning that the government would last the better part of a year. There was an argument that it couldn't last a year. And now we're hearing that it's not going to last 2 years. We are now at the halfway point.
The opposition has always touted its record in government as superior to the current Team Unity administration.
The people are fed up of this government. And what this march is in fact doing is celebrating that the fall of the government is soon to come.
Meanwhile, Mr. Wickham was asked about the political implications of the passport case involving opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas. The government side is arguing that Dr. Douglas is ineligible to be in Parliament because he possesses a diplomatic passport of Dominica and has allegiance to a foreign power as a result. This, they say, is prohibited by the Constitution of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it really moves the barometer in relation to Dr. Douglas's popularity. But what I think it has done, it has encouraged the Labour Party to continue to be engaged regarding issues of that nature. To some extent, it has been a distraction for the Labour Party. But I think it also will speak to a question of credibility. But it can only speak to the question of credibility when the court case is finished. So my thing is that if there is a verdict from the court that indicates that Dr. Douglas did hold citizenship, then it certainly will speak to his credibility. But my sense is that we can only really see that at the end of the process when the court case is finished and we know a result one way or the other. In the meantime, I think it serves as a useful distraction as long as Team Unity does not get caught up with the case. It allows the government's lawyers to get on with it. Then we will have these exercises every few weeks where Dr. Douglas will rally his troops, who will come together, and you will have a group of red-shirted protesters outside the court that are welcoming him on every occasion. And I think that the public will begin to get somewhat tired of it. And I think that that's the purpose that it's intended to serve in the short term.
Dr. Douglas will be cross-examined in court later this year on this matter. The court also ruled this week that expert witness in Dominica law must be admissible in the case. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
The Cable, we provide much more than just the fastest and most reliable internet service. We fill the homes of all our customers with joy and laughter. Our services connect friends and keep families together. With the most extensive fiber optic network, we ensure that you can enjoy the things you love with the people you love. Whether it's catching up with family or old friends, or simply just enjoying your favorite TV shows, people choose the Cable because quality shows.
High Court Judge His Lordship Justice Trevor Ward has ruled that expert witness on Dominica law will be allowed in the diplomatic passport case involving opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas when the matter goes before the court later this year. The court will also cross-examine Dr. Douglas. A member of the government's legal team stated in a press release issued Tuesday that the judge granted permission for an application to cross-examine Dr. Douglas at the trial. The government's team believes that the cross-examination of the opposition leader at trial is necessary to properly determine the contents of Dr. Douglas's sworn affidavit in court. Following arguments presented on May 30th, 2018, His Lordship Justice Trevor Ward also ruled on Monday that expert witnesses on Dominica law will be needed to determine whether Dr. Douglas has an acknowledgement of allegiance to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Both sides now have the opportunity to appoint its own expert witness in this case. The hearing to determine whether the judge grants permission for the chosen experts is slated for later this year when the High Court assizes resume. The Attorney General of St. Kitts and Nevis, acting on advice of learned senior counsel Douglas Mendes of Trinidad and Tobago, is asking the High Court to declare that Dr. Douglas has vacated his seat in the National Assembly by holding a diplomatic passport of the Commonwealth of Dominica. The constitutional motion also seeks an injunction to restrain Dr. Douglas from taking part in the proceedings of the National Assembly. Additionally, Dr. Douglas is expected to return to the High Court this coming Friday, July 6, in the matter brought against him by his own constituents. Mr. Cuthbert Mills, a voter from constituency number 6, launched the action following the discovery that Dr. Douglas holds and has traveled on a diplomatic passport issued by the Commonwealth of Dominica. Mr. Mills has claimed that by applying for and being issued a Dominican diplomatic passport, the opposition member has acknowledged allegiance, obedience, or adherence to Dominica, a foreign power or state, in contravention of the Constitution of St. Kitts and Nevis. Dr. Douglas's legal representatives have, however, argued that Mr. Mills's application is frivolous and is unnecessary as he's seeking to piggyback on the Attorney General's application. Meanwhile, on the matter of expert witness, Angelina Suku Bob, lead counsel representing Dr. Douglas, argued that Dominican law is a matter of fact, and so it would require an expert from Dominica to be sworn into evidence and to give evidence to the court on what are the specific laws of Dominica which are applicable. She said after the ruling, quote, "The Attorney General argued that while usually foreign law requires an expert to assist the court, in this particular circumstance, because it involves two countries which are members of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court system, it amounts to an exception, and therefore on the basis of a common court, the High Court sitting in St. Kitts can determine Dominican law, and its jurisdiction extends to Dominica and therefore we do not need a witness from Dominica to assist the court in terms of what are the laws of Dominica. But the court can take what is called judicial notice of what those laws are." End quote. The attorney said that Justice Ward's judgment is not inconsistent with the authorities on this matter. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
How does it feel when you got that feeling? You got the flavor you love. How does it feel when you know you're not dreaming? There is nothing above. So good when you're feeling nice. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you're up on your ends with your friends? Everybody holding a vibe now. How you feel when things come together? How you feel when everything nice? How you feel when you savor the flavor, the feeling you get when you taste everybody?
So good when you get that meal. So good is the way you feel. So good any time of day. So good is what you say. So good when you dance all night. So good it tastes just right. So good the place to be. So good it's KFC.
The 2018 St. Kitts Music Festival is the best ever in the 22-year history of the event. That is according to Ambassador John L. Powell, chairman of the Artist Selection Committee of the St. Kitts Music Festival.
The response to the artists has been fantastic, and that's because we've had just amazing performances over the last 3 nights. We're listening now to Fetty Wap closing out this year's edition of the St. Kitts Music Festival, and I think I can speak on behalf of the entire team and say we're really proud of what we've been able to do from the beginning in terms of getting out artists early, 6-month lead time. It obviously worked. We continue to attract top talent, and so we're able to lead out with Spice, Patti LaBelle, Ms. Lauryn Hill, and it obviously has worked.
Speaking to SK Newsline towards the close of the third night of the festival in the wee hours of Sunday morning, Mr. Powell suggested that work will begin promptly on the 23rd edition of the festival. Mr. Powell spoke specifically of the large turnout each night of the festival, which he suggested is unprecedented.
What is the third night looking at, and overall the average over the 3 nights?
I think tonight's looking the same way. And so, we don't have the official numbers yet, but I can confidently say we have surpassed our targets, and we're proud of that. We're happy for that. Not just for the bragging rights, but for the economic impact that is going to be had on St. Kitts and Nevis, because a lot of people have gone over to Nevis as well. And so we have Creston, they're doing their impact assessment, and hopefully this just means that we will now have the ability to take the St. Kitts Music Festival higher and higher. I think that's our biggest problem right now. Certainly from my part, in my position, how are we going to top this year?
Now that the bar has been set high, how will the Music Festival Committee top that level?
The good thing is our music festival has now attained status, and not just this year. We've over the last couple of years been able to attain that status of being one of the biggest, one of the best music festivals, in terms of longevity, one of the longest lasting music festivals in the Caribbean. We now have international fame. Artists, we literally had artists calling us and saying, hey, can we get on? Why weren't we on? And so we've set a bar, a really high bar this year. Every year we keep raising it, but this year we've really raised it high. And I without saying too much, I can say we intend to surpass this year. And I'm happy to report that we are very far along in negotiations for the first act for next year.
The St. Kitts Music Festival this year featured New Vibes Band, Small Axe, Spice, Destra, August Alsina, Sizzla Kalonji, Miss Lauryn Hill, Patti LaBelle, among other international and homegrown artists. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like your boat when you're at sea and you get away from everything. Your home and the security of your daughter's things. And the car that you've had for too long, but after all these years, you just can't let go. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline. I'm coming to you from the St. Kitts Music Festival. It's night 3, the final night of the concert, the St. Kitts Music Festival, the 22nd St. Kitts Music Festival. And even as I speak to you, Lauryn Hill is on stage, wrapping up her performance. She really had the crowd going with her big hits from her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, as well as going all the way back in the mid-90s to songs from the Fugees, from the Score album, the hip-hop group that she was a part of before going out solo. Before that, we had performances from Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle really had the crowd going. She brought one of her backup singers, B. Slade, who is a former gospel singer, Tony, performing some lead vocals with him and really getting the crowd in a frenzy, bringing them back down memory lane and having a wonderful performance. Getting the night started off on Saturday night was Rhythm of the Beat, the group that's made up of persons from St. Kitts, band members from St. Kitts, singers from St. Kitts who are now based overseas, people like Bruce Skerritt and others who really brought the house down at the start of the show. They really had a fantastic performance, performing some of the songs from the 1970s when they were here in St. Kitts, when they had a band here in St. Kitts. And they really had a wonderful, wonderful performance, giving the fans a nostalgic feel. And we spoke with Rhythm of the Beat after their performance on Saturday night.
Tell people that we opened up for Patti LaBelle, so you know, I mean that's a great honor to be performing before her, and to be able to do it and feel good about it, to see the reaction of the crowd and see how responsive they were and how receptive to our music from back in the 70s into a younger generation out there. So it was very exciting to be a part of Patti LaBelle and Lauryn Hill and even Fetty Wap. I don't know much about him, but to just be among that group was truly amazing to be a part of that.
Your group has come with a nostalgic feel, basically, and still was able to resonate with the crowd, still was able to get a response, despite the fact of there are artists that are appealing to the millennials on the stage, but you were still able to relate to people.
Always be good music. Good lyrics, good melodies will always touch people. And that's exactly what happens with those older songs. So, no surprises. And the crowd was so receptive, it was so heartwarming.
So the St. Kitts Music Festival came to a close after Lauryn Hill's performance. Was Fetty Wap rounding things off, of course, for the millennials and the millennial rappers, the millennial rap fans, those persons who like trap music. Fetty Wap really brought the house down to close off the 22nd annual St. Kitts Music Festival. Of course, the concert side of the festival ended on Saturday into the wee hours of Sunday morning, but the festival continued with White Sands at Carambola on Sunday. Reporting for SK Newsline on the 22nd annual St. Kitts Music Festival, I'm Andre Huey.
You're watching SKN Newsline TV live on sknnewsline.com.